Hey guys, Figurecraft here. We're back. And now we're going to be doing the next part of the build. We still got the wooden deck over there drying. And like I said, the paintbrush is now clean again. So for this issue, we're going to need 125, which is right here. 125. Set that in there. And I got this towel right here that we can work on. That way we can see the parts that we're going to be working with. That way it's not on white or all these colors that I have here. So we can work on that. So let me just set this to the side. And let me go ahead and get this book open. Alright. The first aft crane is what we're going to be working on. And then reading the first step, take the crane parts 125B, 125D, and 125K. Fit the large loop of the cable 125K over the raised socket on part 125B. Fit the peg 125D into the socket to hold the cable in place, as shown right. Fit the motor 125A to the back of the crane, upright 125B. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put one of these paper towels down here so we can lay our parts on there and we can see where they're at. And then I'm going to open 125. That's everything out of there. And then I'm going to get our little cables out of here. And this has also got our pins. And that is one thing that I did forget to grab, so let me go grab the pliers that they supplied us with. Alright, got them. Okay, so the first part we're going to need, let me move these up here. Those two. Okay, we're going to need this part right here. And we're going to need one of these cables, which is pretty much the cable that has the loop there and then the little hook at the end. And you're going to take this, you're going to put it around that socket. which is not... It's easier said than done. Okay, there we got it. Like that. And then you're going to take this little piece. Make sure that you're holding it the right way. And then this little piece is going to go through that hole, just like that, and out the other side. And then your cable is going to be caught by it. Now holding these two pieces like this to the point where you can see these pegs. Make sure it's straight. You're going to need to grab the main crane support. And I've got it marked that way I know what it was basically when I was painting it. And then those pegs are going to go into those holes. So take your time and just slowly work on getting these pieces together. Sorry. And just like that. And then you'll have that much of the crane built. Okay. And now we are right there with that step. So we're going to put this back up here on the napkin to where I can see it. And then we're going to go over here to page 2. Step 2. Take the crane, boom, 125 in, and the long pin 125G. Fit the eyelets on the wide end of part 125N on either side of the cylindrical structure at the base of part 125B. Fit the pin 125G through the structure, fitting the smooth end first. The crimped end will hold the pin in place. Use a pair of small pliers to squeeze the pin in place. So that's our next step. So we're going to go over here. This is where you're going to need your pliers that they supplied you with. First, you're going to take the boom. And I highly recommend doing this first. You're going to grab the big pin. You're going to look for the smooth end. Okay. So that right there is the end that's got basically not smooth. So we're going to go with the smooth end. What we're going to do first, we're going to insert the pin in one of these sides of the crane. Down toward the bottom. I would highly advise doing this first. Be gentle when you're doing this too, because you don't want to break the crane boom. Didn't get it started. Hang on. I'm going to use the pliers they supplied us with. There we go. Push it into about that far. Now we're going to take the main crane support and we're going to work on getting these two parts together. And I got the pin pushed in too far, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it and pull it out just a tad. To about right there. Now we're going to insert these two parts together. And it is going to fight you, so just take your time with it. There we go. And now that you think that it's there, you're just going to slowly, not rushing anything, you're just going to slowly start to slowly push that pin through. This little cable's in the way. Alright, it's going to try to fight me again. That's okay. Eventually it'll get tired. And you will win the fight. So, there you go. Now that part's done. And we have the boom now in place. So, now for the next part, so we're going to put that back over there. Lay the pliers down here. We're going to go on to step 3. Step 3. Fit the eyelet on the hook 125C and the washer, which they call it a washer, but I know for a fact it's a pulley, 125J between the eyelets at the narrow end of the boom, 125N, so that all the holes are aligned. Fit the smaller loop on the cable 125K between the hook and the washer. Fix the hook, cable, and washer in place with the short pin 125H. Fit the smooth end first and squeeze the pin in place with pliers. So what we're going to do here is completely the opposite of what they're showing there. So just like again, grab your small pin, identify the smooth end compared to the bead up end, which is right there. And then we're going to insert the pin first into the crane. Push this one to about right there. Now what you're going to do here is one at a time, you're going to take the parts needed to put in first. So first is the hook. So take your hook. I painted my hook black, but take your hook. Make sure it's aimed the right direction. You're going to fit the hook in here. And once the hook is there, you've got that much. So now what you're going to do is you're going to push the pin a little bit more in, but not too much. Which it looks like I probably pushed it too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it back out just a bit. That right there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab the washer that they're calling it, but it's a pulley. You're going to take the little pulley and you're going to try to get that pulley in there. Which you're going to need to grip it with something, so I would highly advise using the pliers that they supplied you with. Sorry, it's so small that it just can't pick it up. There it is. And then we're going to try working on getting our pulley in here. Which I can feel it now, it went in. Quit losing focus, please. There we go. And then we're going to push our pulley. And there we go, the pulley's on. So now we're going to grab our pin. And we're going to push it a little bit more through. Just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our cable and we're going to feed it in between the pulley and the hook. Very sorry about the focus. There we go. Feed it in between the pulley and the hook. Pull it backward. Give me a few seconds here and I'll be back.